middle term going to be? Hint. You multiply these three numbers and put the letter down. Check if it is negative 2x, if you do it correctly. For those of you who don't get it, isn't 1 half times 2 1, and then times the negative 2. And the last term, 4. You can integrate that 0 to 4. It was my job to show you. Mazuk, you remember the problem? They're a line. This is mimicking that problem. Oh, we'll do a series question. Robles, relax. One, obviously, converges or diverges? Diverges, correct. Tell me a couple of reasons. You can give 2 different reasons. Nth term test is a negative 1 to the power infinity, either negative 1 or positive 1. Make a note. Nth term test. Give me another reason if you want to. Geo, could you do geo, but R needs to be less than 1? So by nth term test or geo series. Okay. Roman numeral 2, converges, diverges. Same reason, nth term. Okay. Now look at the board, please. This is the foolish kids whose concepts are a little unclear. Look at the board. They may say, but Rama, should we apply ACT? You're wasting your time. Is that negative 1 to the power times infinity? Okay. So ACT is a waste of your time. Again, diverges by nth term test. Okay. Who can tell me third guy? We've discussed that expression repeatedly. Anybody? Oh, okay. You want to go with that? I'll accept that. He says nth term diverges is the n term, n over n, which is 1 to the power n. But I'm going to show you, because if that was a sequence question, so write this down, please. Is that actually this? Ooh. And what's the n term really? Really? Nobody? E! The n term is actually E, which is not 1, therefore that. Okay, I split up the numerator in case you're wondering what I did. 1 over n plus 1 over. The n term is E, which obviously therefore diverges by n term test. Please be alive with that expression. That E appears very frequently in calculus. I mean, that's easy. Oh, let's do a maximum error problem. Take out your calculators, please. If you don't have a calculator, raise your hand. Take one from here. If you need a calculator, raise your hand, please. We're doing a maximum error problem. Stay with me, please. So just copy down this series here. Shh. So it says how many terms should be taken so that the error is less than 0.0001. Is that clear? So we'll use the concept of the first skip term. Is that clear? The first skip term. So we can, in general, I'm not going to just do 2 terms. I'm going to plug in there. All right, let's plug in there. So I'm going to use x4 over 4 factorial. Okay. So I'm basically choosing the third term. I'm choosing the third term. As in the first skip term is the third term. So now you may say, look at me please, you're learning something new. You may say, but Rama, they did not give us an x value. Do you see that? They did not give us an x value. The rule of thumb is if they do not give you an x value, choose the biggest value in that interval. Is that pi over 2? Just plug in pi over 2. So x is pi over 2. Oh, I just realized I'm a moron. Because, should I look at the choices? The choices are telling me how many terms to use. I'm wasting my time using third term when the choice is saying choose 4, 5, 6, and 7. What a moron I am. Alright, so I need to open this up. Oh, in general, isn't that a cos x series? So do we not know the cos x series generally is x to the power of 2n over 2n factorial? Correct? And then it goes from, does it go from 0 to infinity or 1 to infinity? 0 to infinity, because the first term is 1, remember? Okay. So the question says, how many terms should I use? So I'm going to choose, for those of you who have forgotten this, there's a test-taking strategy that says go from the middle. How many of you don't know that strategy? So then you can proceed on the left or right. So I'll start with 6. So I'm choosing, say it says how many, so let's plug in 6. Okay, I'm choosing n equals 6. So x to the power of 2 times 6 will become 12. 2 times 6 is 12 factorial. Alright? X is pi over 2. Relax, your calculator is not kicking in. So x is pi over 2 to the power of 12 over 12 factorial. Okay, do that on a calculator and simplify. Just type it in the way you see it. Those of you who grabbed my calculator, let me show you what the factorial key is. The factorial key is here. Think probability. Hit PRB, it'll appear. So hit pi over 12, pi over 2 to the power of 12, close parenthesis, divided by factorial. I hope you know where the factorial key is. It's I think next to the E key or something, if I remember right. Hit 12 factorial. And check if the number is less than 0.000. What do we get? What decimal? 0 point. Anybody? Huh? Where's the factorial key? If I remember right, it was. Oh, it's next to G. Okay. Girls, get using the factorial key. Next to G. It's next to G on the right hand side. Okay, guys, if you're using Inspire, girls, pay attention please. And the Inspire is next to the letter G. What do we get? What do we get? Call out what do you get? 0 point. Oh, okay. We went. Okay, 6 0. We went too far. Should we try 4 then? Okay, let's try 4, please. Okay, if you're using the Inspire, hit top arrow twice, hit enter. It allows you to repeat the command. Shh. Try 4, please. Actually do it. 1 multiple choice comes on maximum error. Try 4. Again, it's the first value that is less than 0.000. What do we get? 0.0. How many zeros? 3 zeros. So are we smaller than that? No. Okay, so we tried 4. So look at the board so you understand what's going on. Put your pencils down. Now remember, guys, pay close attention. This is now going to get tricky. Everybody look at the board. Look at the board. When we are plugging in 4, is 4 actually the first skip term? That is the skip term. Correct? So how many terms are we then using if I plug in 4? How many terms am I using? 3. I'm using 3 terms. So make a note, please. If I'm using n equals 4, I'm actually using 3 terms. I hope you understand that. Okay? So you're choosing the 4th term. Have a look, please. If I'm using the 4th term, what is n there? If I'm using 4 terms, remember I'm starting with 0. So I'm plugging in actually n to be 3. Do you remember that when you start with 0, you have to be 1 off? Correct? Then n is actually 3. So 4 did not work, so 5 will then work, correct? So in other words, if n is 5, let's open this up so you can see what's going on. So this is 1 minus x squared over 2 factorial plus x4 over 4 factorial minus, write this down, x6 over 6 factorial plus x8 over 8 factorial. Which one did we try? Did we try this guy? Which one did we try? No, I'm asking the last thing we used. No, you plugged in 4, so it was an 8 there, right? So we plugged in 4, right? So we chose this guy, correct? Correct? And that did not work, correct? So should we try the next one then? The next one will work. So x10 over 10 factorial will work. Everybody okay then? Is everybody following what's going on? Therefore, how many terms should I choose? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 terms. So the answer is B. Choose 5 terms. Please don't memorize it. Observe what happened. When we plugged in 4, it did not work. But 4 means we're actually using this guy. But that did not work. So we chose the next one. Okay? You need to slow down and think through that. We'll do another example just for practice. Because we're starting at 0, slightly off. Okay, that's easy. Okay, I just taught you vertical. Oh, vertical asymptote. So do this yourselves. It says, which is the definition of vertical asymptote. It says you have a vertical asymptote at 2. You don't need to write anything down. But unless you want to write down the choices. Say x equals 2 is a vertical asymptote. So which of the following must be true? I'm going to make the question sharper. Which of the following statements could be true, not are true? How many of you understand that's the actual question they intend to say, right? Because I don't know how it goes, right? Which of the 3 is clearly false? One of them is clearly false. Oh, actually, okay. Actually, all 3 are true then, right? In terms of could be true. Here's the reason I confuse myself. I thought x is 2, but that's different from x is equal to 2. That's just approaching 2. Yeah, could be infinity, could be greater than infinity as well. So the question should not be are 2, could be. Any of these could be. Yeah, that's easy. Oh, that's a gimme. Do this mentally. It's an ABDC overlap problem. It says which of the following functions rises faster than EX? And the answer is D, 3 to the power of x. E is 2.7. 3 to the power of x will rise faster than that. That's obvious. So that's easy. Oh, nice problem, nice problem. Relax, relax. So the question says, which of the following best approximate f of 2.2? So let's do this together. So they're obviously using a Taylor series. Okay, they're using a Taylor series. So should we write the formula? So we'll do f of x. So f of x equals, by the way, they say about x equals 2. It's about x equals 2. Tell me what to write. F of oh, they're just saying, oh yeah, so 2, f of 2 plus f dash of 2. Oh, okay. F dash of 2 over 2 factor. Oh, there's one factorial, right? X minus 2 plus f double dash of 2. X minus 2 square over 2 factorial. And they want to cube it. F triple dash of 2 over 3 factorial x minus 2 cubed, right? Should we just get the values now? Or the table? What's f of 2 given to me? 7.2. Okay, that's 7.2. What's f dash of 2? Read the table carefully. What's f dash of 2 given to you? 3.5. F double dash of 2 is 1.75. And then finally, f triple dash of 2 is 0.85. So general strategy, write the formula, please. These are gimme problems. Can we eliminate A and B? Okay. Oh, by the way, and they say f of 2.2. So what should I plug in? F of 2.2 will be 7.2 plus 3.5 times. Smart kids, 3.5 times 0.2. Thank you. 1.75 over 2 times 0.2 square. And then 0.85 over 3 factorial times 0.2 cube. If you're not paying attention, if you're not showing all the formulas, look at me. You're going to make so many serious mistakes. Have a look. Can you see some of the choices they actually have 2.2? If you're in a rush, please work the problem. Is the answer E? Correct? Then it's a gimme problem. Write the formula. That's a strategy. Don't rush. Oh, we've done so many problems using inverse functions. I want to see if learning happened. See if you can do this all by yourselves. It says f of x is that, g is the inverse, and the question says, what's g dash of 0? There's a certain kids who just shut down when they see the inverse problem. Instead of g dash of 0, instead of g, what can I write? Thank you. Ms. Robles correctly says f inverse dash of 0. Which is, what's the formula say? 1 over f dash at some x value. I do not know the x value. Can I find f dash? Okay, what is f dash going to be? 3x squared minus 14x plus 25. I do not know the x value. I do not know the x value. But 0 is the x value on g function. And on the g function, x is 0. Therefore, on the f function, y should be 0. So you should have basically set that equal to 0. So we have x cubed minus 7x squared plus 25x minus 39 equal to 0. Who remembers how we figured out where? Does anybody remember how we solved that? Sorry? Anyone? What did you say, Romeo? It doesn't factor. Look at those numbers. Thank you! She smartly says just guess and check. Let's plug in, I don't know, 1. 1 minus 7, negative 6, plus 25, 19 minus 13 is not 0. Plug in 2 and see if it works. Actually do it. There's no other way, there's no other shortcut. Plug in 2 and see if it works. Now actually work it out, don't just do mental math. Again, check if 2 works. It's one of the small numbers will work. 2 cube is 8. 2 square 4 times 7 is 28. 8 minus 28 is negative 20. Does that work? Yes or no? No? Let's try 3. 3 better work. 27. 3 squared 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 75 minus 39. 12. Yeah, it works. Okay, observe this smart way to figure out whether it works. I'm not smart enough to add these up in my head, but here's what I did. Observe why I'm still a smart fellow. Does 7 plus 5 equal to 12? Yes. 6 plus 9 plus 3 is 12. They should probably collapse. How many understood what I did? I just looked at the positive numbers and they probably collapse. So I know x to be 3. Tell me the final answer then. Shh. Again, there is no short way to do this. As Ms. Bazuk says, just guess and check. 3 square times 3, 27 plus 25, 52. And 52 minus 42? So 1 over 10. And the answer was C. Okay. But what I was reviewing, the concept I was reviewing was guess and check. You don't have an option. You don't have an option. Oh, Ms. Robles, you can relax now. Guys, we're going to do some serious problems, all right? And then we're done. So we may get out early. I just want to do a few serious problems. And then we're done. Mr. Samuel, can you hit escape on the keyboard? Yeah, top left. There you go. Thank you. Okay, you'll be learning something new. This is from your textbook, by the way. Actually, I'm a moron. We can just use your textbook, but I put them away. Okay, I'm actually... observe this. Shh. I actually have access to the textbook. I have the teacher's edition. I have access to the textbook in electronic form. So I've spent the last week, this is how I'm spending my spring break. How sad is this? Taking pictures of questions from your textbook so we can actually discuss on the board. That's how I spend my spring break. Okay, copy on that for Ms. Roberts. You can relax for the next half an hour. So like, oh, why did I copy? Okay, copy that problem down, please. Shh. It says, determine whether that guy converges. If it converges, its sum equals, what concept am I using? Louder? Therefore, it is a, no, they want you to find the sum. Yeah, and then therefore it becomes a, what kind of, yeah, say that loudly, please. Can you give her a big hand, please? She correctly says telescoping series. It's a telescoping. If you do partial fractions, it's a telescoping series. So you're going to find Sn, alright? So A over k plus 1, I'm going to do this rapidly. B over k plus 2 equals, eventually 6. A times k plus 2, oh, that's k plus 1 here, sorry. Plus B times k plus 1 equals 6. K equals negative, look down. If you plug in negative 2 first, get collapses. Negative b equals 6. So b equals negative 6. If I plug in negative 1, the second get collapses. A equals 6. So I'm going to rewrite this as 6 over summation k plus 1 minus 6 over k plus 2. Somebody confirm that I erased it. Confirm if A is 6 and B is negative 6. Or is it the other way around? We're good? We're good? Who remembers what we do next? Plug in a couple of values. It goes from 1 to infinity. So observe this. I'll write Sn. I'm going to plug in a couple of them. So 6 over 2 minus 6 over 3. Parentheses. Now smart kids, observe the shortcut. Is this guy just one more than that? So I won't waste my time. And am I not just going progressively? 6 over 3. Again, the 2 will become a 3. Minus 6 over 4. Have you got the hang of that? One of them cancelling? Plus 6 over 4 minus 5. Does the 4's cancel? So here's the pattern for those of you who still don't get it. Everything higher than 6 over 3 cancels. You see that? So leftover is just 6 over 2. Final answer. Again, showing the work. S infinity is limit. N approaches infinity. Sn equals 3. So the answer is B. Okay, let's do that. Again, for the kids who say series or chapter I screwed up on, this session is now dedicated to you. If you look at the series carefully, that is a geo series. Look carefully, mentally, what's your common ratio? 4 over 5. Again, for the weaker kids, look at me. That is not 2k. Is that clear? That is not 2k. The coefficient is 1, so it's 4 over 5. Is that clear? I'm helping you because the previous problem it said to the power of 2k, and that becomes 4 square 16. Okay, so S infinity equals 8 over 1 minus R. Plug in the 1 and tell me the first term. Look down. It's a weird number. It's okay. 64 over 5. Because 1 plus 2 is 3. We plug in the lower index. So 64 over 5 over 1 minus, is that 4 over 5? 1 minus 4/5 is multiply by the final answer. Converges to 64. They're not difficult problems. Series problems are not difficult. Okay, let's do a Maclaurin series problem. It says which series is the series for x squared sine x? Next step. The sine x series is look down. Minus over 3 factorial plus over 5 factorial minus all. So the first term is really look down. Minus 5 over 3 factorial plus 7 over 5 factorial. Okay, you got the hang of the pattern. Is the answer C? Okay, again, please work the choices. Sorry, work the problem. Do not look at the choices. Do not look at the choices. Okay, let's do an interval convergence problem. Ruthless, if you want to be productive, you can read the Bible. Okay, we're doing interval of convergence. And that is a geoseries. So the interval of convergence concept for that is just the common ratio should be less than 1. The common ratio is simply x minus 1 over 4, the base. Less than, x is greater than, x minus 1 is greater than, less than, before x is greater than, and less than. Okay, small thing, Bunchen made this mistake twice already. Everybody, look at the board. This is super tempting, and the AP has one of those as choice. Look at the board. What's this? Somebody will smile saying, man, I've made that mistake. It says x minus 1. So you're tempted to subtract 1. How many of you have kind of done that? Okay, slow down, please. Just work the algebra. Don't do mental math. Okay, don't do mental math. See, they have that negative thing. If you make the mental math. Copy these choices. Shh. The reason this problem is complicated is, have a look, they don't give us the nth term. Can you see that? Okay, copy down. Again, they do not give us the nth term. I'm showing you how to figure out the problem. So you have to come up with the pattern. You have to come up with the pattern. Now I'm showing you a trick. Everybody, look at the board. I'm showing you a trick. Can you see, this is kind of weird. Now I'm going to make it easy on you. Is the pattern now obvious? Watch. Is the pattern now obvious? How many of you see the pattern? Can you see? Now the pattern is not so obvious. How many of you understand what I'm trying to get to? Okay, the pattern is very obvious after a few terms. And that is clearly a geoseries. Multiply by 2, you're raising to the power of 2. Is that 2, 2 square, 2 cube, and so on? And the common ratio being 1/2? What's the common ratio? No, just by staring at it, what's the common ratio? 1/2 is not the common ratio. Negative 1/2. Negative 1 over 2. Negative 1/2. So it's a geoseries with common ratio negative 1/2. Therefore it converges. So make a note to yourselves. So in terms of strategy, if the first few terms are not part of an apparent pattern, ignore these. Here it's kind of obvious it's a geoseries. You're raising to the power of 2. Then I just found the common ratio. R is negative 1/2. So it converges. Okay, now let's look at the second one. Look at all the numerators. Already all the terms are part of a pattern. The numerators are obviously what kind of numbers? Even numbers. So tell me what the numerator should be. Think I need an even number. Thank you. 2n. Will that give you the even numbers? Okay. Look at the denominators. The denominators are all, look at the pattern. Increasing by 1. So what should I call the denominator be? N to the power of 3 over 2. Everybody okay there? Now you're learning something new. This is not right. This is not right. How many of you vaguely remember me saying, because that's summation, that's summation. To do this correctly, look at me, you're learning something new. You should first plug in 0. If I plug in 0, is my first term 0 then? So that does not work. So how about it's powers of 2, but I change it to n plus 1 then. See, now it works. I just increase. What's 0 plus 1? 2 times 1, 2. That's my. Should I also do that with a denominator? Because I can't do 0 to the power of. So I'm going to make it n plus 1 to the power of 2. Now I'm good to go. Have a look. What's 0 plus 1? What's 1 to the power of 3 halves? This is 1. What's 1 plus 1? 2 to the power of 3 halves. Okay. Have a look and see what I just did. We began with this expression, and I observed, if I plug in 0, usually we start with 0, that does not work. So I adjusted it, and now we get to go. Okay, that guy, nobody speaks. Converges or diverges? Hint, for those of you lost, consider leading terms. Converges or diverges? It's not a trick question, it's very easy. Diverges? Why? LCD with P being 0.5. Thank you. Weaker kids. The leading term on top is 2n. Denominator is n, 2 power 3 minus. 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. So PCD is diverse. You should be very, very clear. Okay, try 3 by yourselves. Try 3 by yourselves. I'll give you a hint. The pattern becomes obvious here. The pattern becomes obvious here. As a general trick, guys, if you're not able to see patterns as a general trick, I'm giving a huge tip. It's probably a geoseries. That's a geoseries. With the common ratio being louder? I can't hear you. No, try again. Negative 2/3. Silly, you need to account for the sign. That's negative, that's positive. What we did here? Negative 1/2. When you take common ratios, you divide that guy by that guy. So negative 2/3. So it still converges. Okay, copy down that problem. Oh, this is no. Okay, I remember doing this, but this complicated problem won't appear. No, one second, I'm debating. Oh, we'll actually do this. Okay, copy that down, please. Stay with me. Is it working? It's at 9%. Was it fully charged? Yeah. It was? Okay, copy that problem, please. Guys, look at the choices. They want the value. So make a guess. Do this. Make a guess. Just make a guess. Why don't you try this, Rama? Anyone? We have learned the strategy, so it's not a new strategy. Maybe we should. Anyone? Thank you. We'll split it up. Again, it says 3 to the power of k plus 1 over 3 to the power of k dot k factorial plus 4k factorial. That's 4k factorial over 3. I think, if I remember right, it was not 4k factorial, but 4 dot k factorial over 3 to the power of k factorial. If I remember right, this one worked out. Okay, careful. What does that become? 3. So is that basically integral? Sorry, summation. 3 over k factorial plus 4 over 3 to the power of k. Everybody okay there? We're starting at 1. So 1 to infinity. This is 1 to infinity. That guy is obviously a geoseries. We can do that carefully. Okay, so you're learning something new. So we're doing that. I have no idea what to do. Somebody make a guess. I have discussed this strategy. What might I do? I don't know how that works. Don't get me wrong. I know how it works. But I'm putting myself in your shoes. I have no idea what to do there. Make a guess. Do this, Rama, it'll work out. I discuss the strategy. Anyone? Louder? Expand! Thank you. First of all, can I pull out that 3? I'm going to pull out that 3. Okay. I'm going to plug in 1 factorial. So, is that just 1? Then plug in. So, it will become 1 over 2 factorial. Third term will become 1 over 3 factorial. For those of you who don't get it, is that actually 1 over 1 factorial? Okay, or yeah. What does that remind you of? What series does that guy remind you of? We are coming close. Who remembers the series that guy reminds us of? EX! Look at the choices. That E should appear somehow. It's the EX series. Let's do a sidebar. What is the EX series? 1 plus x over 1 factorial plus x squared over 2 factorial and so on, with x being 1. So that becomes E1 equals 1 plus 1 over 1 factorial plus 1 over 2 factorial. Do they actually perfectly match up?
No. Look carefully. Do they actually match up? No. This guy does not have a 1. So should I subtract 1? So it's E minus 1 is 1. There's a reason I wrote that, because I saw ahead and said, wait a second, is the E series of the 1 over 1 factorial, 1 over 2 factorial? So it's 3E minus 1. So observe, Ms. Marzuk understood the strategy. If I have no idea what to do, I'll expand it and say, hey, what series is that? Okay, you guys do this all by yourselves. Smart kids, you can pull out the 4 and then do the geo series. You're starting from 1 to infinity. Do that yourselves. Look down. Look down. Slow and steady, work the problem. What's your first term? Either 4/3 or 1/3. If you're pulling out the 4, it's just 1/3. If you're keeping the 4, it's 4/3. What's the common ratio? Obviously, 1/3. So, is it 8/3? Simplify. Look down. Yes? What's the sum? 2/3? Just 2? The 3's cancel. Is it 2? So absolutely final answer. Is it D then? So this 3E minus 1. No. Oh, plus 2. So this is just 2?
Yeah.
So is that 3E minus 3 plus 2, which is 3E minus 1. Lovely problem. Before I move on, look at the strategy, please. The first thing we did is I had no idea where this is going, so I split it up. And I simplified. 3K plus 1 over 3K is 3. Pulled it out, and I expanded and said, wait a second, that looks like a series we know. So I wrote out the first series, and then compared, hey, x being 1. But I had a missing term of 1. I subtracted 1, and then geo series. Yes, please. Yeah. Oh, do me a favor. Can you go after this?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good problem. Okay, this is dedicated to Eunice. Guys, you need to be reading the Bible very carefully. This is a gimme. That has appeared on the AP exam. So the book actually just used that question, and you will see it later. Write this down, please. F is continuous, positive, decreasing. Part A just says summation AK converges. You don't need to write the choices. Just write down the choice that works, okay? A just says that guy converges. But I want to see how many were studying the Bible. Nobody speaks. For which series is that? Those 3 actually a check we do. Nobody speaks. If you're not studying, you're just leaving points on the table. It's a gimme problem. For which kind of test we check? It should be continuous, it should be positive, it should be decreasing. Feel free to discuss with a partner. But whisper, don't just say. There is a certain test, we check for those conditions. I want to see if you're studying the Bible. For which of the tests we check for those conditions. I'll give you 2 tests for which this is true. The first one is ACT. But this is clearly not an alternating series. So ACT does not work. This, we check for those conditions as an alternating series. It is not an alternating series. So that, who remembers? Anyone? The integral test. Can you give it a big hand, please? It's the integral test. Those are the conditions. Now it's easy. Let's just read the choices. Which of the following is basically... guys, so it's between B and D. Hint, we're doing integral tests. Careful. One of them is the backwards of the integral test. Nobody speaks. So B says if the integral converges... the integral converges if... No, I take that back. The series converges if the integral converges. This is backwards. It says... No. Okay. This says the sum of infinite terms is equal to the integral, and if that guy converges. This says the series converges or the integral converges. Which of them is the correct answer? The answer is D. Okay. In your notes, write this down, please. By the way, write that down. In your notes, also write this down. You will leave after this, Miss Harrison. Please understand this really, really well. K to infinity, f of k, dk, is not this guy. Okay, the integral test does not say that sum is equal to that sum. Okay, it just says if that guy converges, that guy converges. But when you find the integral, that is not the sum. Is that clear? Let me be clear on this, because Mark is looking at me. I don't know what you're talking about. Which are the only two series we can find the sum? So the integral test does not find you the sum. This just says if that exists, that guy exists. That's all it is saying. Just because the answer is 5 does not make that sum equal to 5. Please get that out of your head. Okay, you can leave, Miss Harrison. Thank you for staying. She's so adorable. She actually has pneumonia. She has a doctor's appointment, and she shows up. I felt a little bad. Okay, let's do this together. Let's do this together. Oh! Ms. Marzin will tell you had a question just like this in MCQs. The last multiple choice test had a question like this. Copy these down, please. Again, the last multiple choice test you took had a question like this that required you to work the choices. I love this problem. So it says, for which value of n do all of them converge? Is that clear? You have to work the choices. It's not you can just look at the board. Okay, so I'll work the choice. I'll do a couple of them. If it works out, fine. Otherwise, you'll work the others. Let's plug in for which integer n. So n is 2. I'll plug in n to be 2. So it's summation k to the power of negative 2/3. We don't have any series that looks like that. So what might I do if I'm smart and understand series very well? What might I do next step? Thank you, bring it to the bottom. I have no series that's in the numerator. It becomes summation 1 over. Converge or diverge? Diverge. Can I move on? This is out immediately. It says all 3 of the series should converge. Okay. So let's do 3. Try 3 yourselves. I already did it in my head. Ms. Marsden also did that in her head. Because what's negative 3 over 3? Will that become k1 on the bottom? For P series, doesn't that diverge? Okay, so is it between C and D? Okay, let's try C. And smart kids, have we convinced ourselves that guy is going to converge at 4? Correct? Can we focus here? So it's summation, hint n is given to be 4. Negative 1 to the power of 4k over k. Okay, think about this. What do you know about that number? It's an even number. So that can be just written as 1 over k. Converges or diverges? Diverges. So the answer has to be D. So I hope you understand you have to use logic to figure out the problem. Put your pencils down. We'll actually do D mentally. We'll do D mentally, so you say, oh, I get what's going on. Is that negative 5/3? I'm speaking over the board. Will it become, on the bottom, will it become positive 5/3? Isn't 5/3 greater than 1? PC will work. Isn't 5 over 6 less than 1? GOC is converges. And is that 5 times k? Is that like an odd number? No, not always odd. It'll actually flip-flop. It alternates. Negative 1 over k. It actually alternates. It's a lovely problem. We'll actually do this. Please don't get alarmed by series questions. They're not difficult problems. But some of you need to study. You need to study the Bible and maybe the 116, 117 homework. Those are practice tests. Nobody speaks. Simple question to the class. Okay, do not speak. Is that a geo series? If the answer is yes, why? If the answer is no, why not? Shh. Do not discuss with the partner. I'm going to pick on one of you. Is that a geo series? Because if there is a geo series, we have a shortcut. If it's not a geo series, I have to do the long way. Miss Rios. It's not a geo series, why not? Because of the denominator. That's not an exponent. The k is not the exponent. So I'll apply the ratio test, alright? So limit n approaching infinity. X minus 2 to the power of k plus 1 over k plus 1 square times k square over x minus 2 to the power of k. N approaching infinity. Okay, we'll take infinite limit. Check if we got
Just x minus 2? Yes. Less than 1. So x minus 2 greater than negative 1, less than 1. So x is greater than 1, less than 3. We need to consider endpoint convergence. X equals 1. Summation. Use units. In your FRQs, we lose points, we don't write the word summation. 1 take away 2 to the power of k over k squared. That guy is clearly a alternating series. Therefore, it converges. Let's plug in x equals 3, was it? 3 minus 2 is? And 1 to the power of k is? 1. And that guy, slow down. Converges by just P series. So it's less or equal to greater or equal. So the answer is B. Just move the problem. Again, but if your series skills are weak, you're just leaving points on the table. This is stupid. Okay, this is stupidly easy. I want to do some harder problems. Okay, stupidly easy. Oh, nice. Oh my god, this is a badass problem. I want you to write the choices too. Okay, copy on the question with the choice. I hope some of you are getting value, like, okay, these are good questions, I'm actually learning a lot. And then, oh my god, I shouldn't be doing this. But it's okay. You'll see this on a test maybe a week from now. Do a sidebar and I say summation bk converges. By the way, don't get alarmed between k and n. Sometimes they'll say k, sometimes they'll say n. That should be the reason you shut down. So I'm doing a similar this thing. And the choices are the same. We discuss the same choices. And of course, then which of the following are true? Okay, which of the following are true? I change the question. And I'm letting you know there'll be a question just like this. Okay, after you copy the choices, put your pencils down. So this is only concept reasoning, there's no math required. Okay, okay, they say that this guy diverges, therefore this guy, no, this guy diverges, therefore that guy must. You guys are so weak in concepts. We are bigger than that guy. This guy diverges, therefore that guy must diverge. Yes? Everybody okay there? Basic DCT. Okay, the smaller guy diverges, therefore the bigger guy must diverge. Everybody okay there? And the question is, which of the following must be false? Okay, the nth term of an is 0. True or false? Somebody is saying true. It says AK diverges. How do you know the nth term is 0? No. But you're saying must be false. Okay. For the kids saying, I don't know what's going on. Let me speak slowly and think about it and say, oh, I get it. The answer to A is, I don't know. How many of you get that? The answer to A is, I don't know. For those of you that I don't know what's going on. Okay, if a series diverges, look at me. If a series diverges, must the end term be 0? Could the end term be 0? Yeah, how about this? Yes? Isn't the end term 0 and diverges? Do you understand that? Just because the end term is 0 doesn't mean it diverges or converges. Does everybody get it? Keep in mind for the kids with weaker skills, the end term test is only a bouncer test. It allows you to enter. So again, slow down and think about this problem. All right, it says AK diverges. Which of the following must be false? It says the end term should be 0. And you're saying if it diverges, the end term could be 0. The end term need not be 0. Everybody okay with that idea? So A is out. So eliminate A. Feel free to write an explanation. Feel free to write an explanation next to A because limit an infinity is 0 or not equal to 0. Okay, so in other words, it could be if it diverges. So an example of where it is true is 1 over radical n. How about this? N plus 1 over n. Can you see it diverges by n term? And this is saying the n term must be 0. Can you see that? So write down counter example. Because it diverges. I can create an nth term where it does not. Where it is not 0. Okay, have a look at B, please. Have a look at B. I want you to do some thinking. Feel free to discuss with a partner and say, is this absolutely going to be true or this must be false? Nobody speaks. It says, so if I know that the smaller guy diverges, we know the bigger guy diverges, correct? And it says, its n term must be 0. Do we know that absolutely must be 0? It could be again. It could be one of this, or it could be one of that. And then is C just rubbish? It says that FB and sum is 1. And then that guy diverges. So that's the alternating series. So it says if summation AK diverges, then this must be false. It could converge, it could diverge, right? Sorry? Oh, you're right. Thank you. She says, here, isn't that saying the sum actually exists? And that's clearly false, right? Oh my God, thank you. I didn't even give it enough attention. Here, please make a note. That means the sum exists. But we know, thank you. Oh my God. Martins, thank you for saving me. This is false. And we just discussed that BK should diverge. Oh my God, that is absolutely true. So write this down, please. Summation BK equals 1 means the sum exists. But we know the sum does not exist. Correct? That's absolutely false. The other one, guys, could be true, could not be true. But this guy must be false. This means the sum exists. Thank you. That guy must be false. Okay? There's no reason for the other guy must be true. Okay, this is easy. What should we do first step for all of these problems? We should write the formula. Guys, observe this. That means a 4th degree polynomial. No, we're not doing it. We're just talking about it. So that, remember, means 4th degree polynomial. In case you say, I don't know when to stop. Now there's another degree problem. Yeah, that's stupid. Oh, let's do this for practice. By yourselves, write down the E2X. So it says which is the series for that guy. Do this yourselves. This comes in MCQ and FRQ. Actually, Mazu told me it came in the last FRQ, remember? Okay, do this yourselves. It's the E2X minus 1 all over X series. Look down. So copy down the series. Let's see your basic skills. Okay, look down. What series should we start with? What should I do with that? But if you don't know your formulas, you just left 2 points on the table. Ms. Noro, what series should I start with? What's the X series? Plus what?
Over
Plus dot. And then I replace every X with? Show the work. Guys, show the work, don't skip steps. So I'm going to show the work. I have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to do this. Cube over 3 factorial. So the third term really becomes 4x squared over 2. The fourth term really becomes 8x cubed over 6. I can leave it at 3 factorial. The answer has a factorial plus dot dot. Now what does the question ask you to do? Subtract the 1. So I'm going to show the left hand side. So e2x minus 1 over x. So subtract the 1. Will the 1 vanish? So I have 2x, and then I should divide every term by. So the first term will really become 2. The second term will really become 4x over 2 factorial. Third term will really become 8x squared over 3 factorial plus dot dot dot. Okay, now look at the choices. Look at the choices. Now, is it obvious? Now I'm helping you figure out. Are the denominators, I'm speaking to the board, are the denominators basically just multiple factorials? So observe, I'm showing you how to think. Which guys we can eliminate. Okay, the denominators are all multiple factorials. And then the first term should be a 2, right? Can I plug in 0? What's 2 to the power of 0? That's out. What's 0 plus 1? And I'll give you the 2 there. 2 to the power of 0? 1. The 2 vanishes. And that's just the number 2. That's obviously wrong. So the answer must be B. Okay? So expanding, that strategy of expanding is very, very useful. All right? Okay, that's easy now. Yeah, that's also easy. Okay, that's an easy one. This is nice. They're forcing you to work the choices. Okay, let's do a couple of these. It says, which series has an interval of convergence from -1 to 1? They want you to work the choices. It says x going from -1 to 1. That needs to be the IOC. And which test should we obviously apply for number 1? Or in general, which test are we applying? The ratio test. So limit n approaching infinity, x to the power of over k plus 1 factorial times k factorial over x to the power of k. And for those of you who've forgotten, I can write k plus 1 factorial as k plus 1 times k factorial. See, that comes back. So it just becomes x over k plus 1. And when I take the limit, k approaching infinity, I get 0. For those of you who have forgotten, does that not mean you're converging for all real numbers? That means it's -infinity to positive infinity. So that's out. 1 is out. Again, when I take the limit, x over k approaching infinity, you get 0. Try 2 by yourselves. Try 2 by yourselves. Again, try 2 by yourselves. You don't have an option. They cleverly ask you to work the choices. Is that just absolute value of x, 2 steps down? Less than 1. X is greater than, less than. And I should also check for endpoint convergence. At x being -1, will it be an alternating series? But when x is +1, it diverges, correct? How many of you are able to see that? When x is +1, it actually diverges. So that is not what. Have a look. And then try 3 by yourselves. Try 3 by yourselves. Do the entire problem yourselves. Again, try 3 by yourselves. Check if you get the preliminary interval convergence exactly the same. -1 to 1. Which isn't k cubed over k plus 1 cubed. And for those of you with advanced skills, when I plug in -1, does it not converge by ACT? Will it be the same thing by +1 also? So the correct answer is only 3 only. Is that clear? 3 only. Oh, Park should have been here for this problem. Damn it. Okay. Write all of these down. We have never done a question like this. This came in 2002, 2008. You will see this for you on your homework. You will see this question on your homework. Okay, stay with me. But relax, just to make sure you understand the concept, we'll do at least 2 more problems to make sure you got the hang of the concept. We copied on all 3 choices. And most of you are looking and saying, huh? What do I even do? I have no idea what's going on with this problem. But relax, you're learning something new.
So in your notebook and the notes, write this down. If you have, so assume you have the series. I'm just making this up. This is an example. Say x minus 3 to the power n over, say, n squared. I want to show you a concept. It relies on you knowing that concept. What's this? When I take the n term ratio test, it becomes x minus 3 to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 square, n square, x minus 3 to the power n. When you take the infinite limit, that will collapse. You'll just get x minus 3 is less than 1. Okay? You take x minus 3 greater than negative 1, less than 1. X is greater than 2 and less than 4. Okay, copy that and put your pencils down. I want to show you a shortcut saying, whoa, I did not know that. I did not know that. What's this? What's this? I'm going from 2 to 4, right? So what's your middle going to be? I'm going from 2 to 4. What's your middle going to be? Huh? No, I'm going from 2 to 4. So what will your middle number be? 3. Okay, and what's this? That middle number is always this number. The root of that. The middle number, so make a note please. The center is basically the root, which is x equals 3. Always, 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 always. You can do the algebra, it'll always work out. Let's do another example. So assume I have x plus 5. Okay, I just made that up. Less than 1. Okay. X plus 5 will be greater than, less than. So x is greater than, less than, negative 4. I'm going from negative 6 to negative 4. So what's your middle number? Negative 5. It requires you to know that idea. Okay? So the center is x equals negative 5. Is everybody okay there with that idea? Now let's discuss this problem. So we know the center is going to be x equals 3. So I'm going to draw a number line. My center is going to be x equals 3, the root of that expression. Everybody okay there? And it says, what is the radius of convergence? No, read the question. What is the radius given to me? So should I go 2 to the right, 2 to the left, basically, to get the limits? So if I go 2 to the right, where will I reach? If I go 2 to the left, where will I reach? Did everybody understand what I did? I worked backwards. I observed a pattern. Okay, now let's read the problem. So my interval of convergence, I'm going to write the interval of convergence, see if we're okay with that. Is it basically from 1 to 5? Yes? I worked backwards to figure out some information. Now I'm going to say something very important. Do I know if I converge for at 1 and 5? No. They don't give us the actual series. They just say some term times x minus 3. Does everybody get it? I don't know if endpoint convergence is true. But I do know you'll converge within 1 and 5. Now the answers are easy. Let's read the choice. The series converges at x equals 1. Do I know that? No. It converges at 2. Stupidly easy. It converges at 5. No, I don't know. It's not a dumbass easy problem. We'll do another one for practice. You can say, okay, this wasn't bad at all. And I'm letting you know, last year I did not teach this concept at all, but it has been appearing. Okay, try this one by yourself, from start to finish. Okay, copy that down, please. So copy down this thing. Okay. In the choices, don't waste time in the choices. Just say converges for x equals 8, 2, x equals 0, 3, x equals negative 6. Okay. So we know it converges at x equals negative 8. Now some of you are getting confused with the previous problem. In the previous problem, look at me. Do we not have a parentheses? Do we have a parentheses here? So what's the center? Thank you, it's 0. And it says it converges at x equals negative 8. We do know. So your center is x equals 0. We do know it converges at x equals negative 8. Therefore, it must also converge at x equals 8. Very good. Okay, now put your pencils down. Put your pencils down. In this problem, I'm going to speak slowly. think before you answer. Don't just rush and blurt out something. Do we know the radius of convergence? Read the question. Were we given the radius of convergence? So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm speaking to the board. Do you observe? I just know it converges to negative 8. Do I know if it converges to negative 9? No. Everybody okay there? It could converge to negative 1. Does everybody get that? Because this just says it converges to negative 8. It could converge to negative 9, correct? Because they don't give us the radius. Okay, now let's read the choices. It must converge at 8. Do we know that? How do you know the endpoint? Slow down. How do you know it will converge at x equals 8? For those of you who don't get it, you might converge at negative 8, but not at 8, correct? Slow down, not so fast. So I don't know that. Endpoint convergence is not guaranteed. I converge at 0. Is that a gimme? I converge at negative 6. I hope you understood the logic of the problem.
Let's try one more for our practice. I think so. No, not that. This is a good one. Let's just do this very, very quickly. It says divergence. So in your notebook, just write down D, question mark. This is really weird. Okay, just by standing, that guy diverges factorial larger than that guy. Look at this. Let's work out this problem. I have no test to perform except the ratio test. So it becomes limit n approaching infinity. 20 to the power of k plus 1 over 2 to the power of k plus 1 square. What you're learning in this problem is algebra times 2 to the power of k square, 20 to the power of k. So what does the numerator become? 20k plus 1, 20k. 20. Now look at the board, please. You're learning something new. Is this guy clearly bigger than that guy? Are there exponents? Should I subtract them? So what's the algebra? That's k plus 1 square minus k square. Does everybody understand the algebra? I have exponents. When I divide, I subtract. But this is the bigger number, so I'm subtracting that. Is that actually k square plus 2k plus 1 minus k square? So what do you observe happen to the k square? They cancel. Now let's consider leading terms. What's 2 times infinity? And what's 2 to the power of infinity? And what's 20 over infinity? 0. You plug k over 0. So that actually converges. But I was teaching you the algebra there. Roman numeral 3, just by looking at it, converges or diverges? Is that 2.5? So converges. So the answer is 1 and 2. The last one. Sorry, which one was this? That one. Radical case. Write it down. Please. Oh, let's do a last what do you call it? Maximum error problem. So write down the thing. It says what is the fewest number of terms? We're almost done. Okay, write down what is the fewest number of terms. They made it easy for us. They chose 1. When there's 0, it's always a little iffy. It may be smart to write it out. In general, you can write it out though. So it says negative 1 to the power of k over k cube, is it? Summation 1 to infinity. Okay. So let's start with say 9. Let's start with say 9. So I'm choosing 9 terms. So we're choosing, sorry, this is the skip term. The skip term is n equals 9. So we'll start with n equals, say 9. So plug in 9. I don't care about the top. Okay? So it's 1 over 9 cubed, basically. Tell me what that is. Baba, stay with us. This is 1 over, there's no factorial. This is 1 over 9 cubed. This is 1 over 729. What is the error? 0.00. Louder? 1, 2, 3. Is that number smaller than that number? No, right? So should we choose 10 then? So 1 over 10 cubed.
Is that 0.001? Ah! That's 1 over 1,000, which is 0.001. Okay, now pay close attention to what the concept is. So remember, the n equals 10 was a skip term. So how many terms did we take then? How many terms did we take? 9 terms. We were taking 9 terms, correct? But read the question. It says, what is the fewest number of terms that means we added? So how many terms are we adding? 9. So the answer is B. Okay. Please understand, this is the skip term when you choose 10. So 9 terms must be added to get the term. So make a note, please. N equals 9 terms must be added. Oh, okay. This is easy. This is a much easier problem. Copy it on the series, please. It says the alternating series converges. What is the maximum error incurred by using the first 3 terms? Therefore, which term should we focus on? The 4th term. And I mean, if I'm starting with 1, the 4th term is just obtained by plugging in 4. Because this is an easy problem. So what is the maximum error? So I'm going to show work, see if this comes back. So maximum error is basically f of what do we, oh, there's no k. K is just the number k. So f of x minus, are we using 3 terms? So f3 of x less than, we're choosing k to be 4. So ignore the negative 1. So 4 over 10 to the power of 4. That's mental. You don't even calculate. Is that 0.004? I can do mental math. I don't need to rely on a calculator all the time. Maybe the last question of the day. Let's see. So let me choose wisely. These are all easy. And more of you getting comfortable with series. They're not bad problems. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, let's do a logistic function problem. Last question. Guys, look at that. What should we do first? Look at that. What should we do first then? Miss Katrina, it's your thing. What should we do first then? What should I do first then? Thank you. Long division. Because you said long division of the other problem and it wasn't relevant. So it's your thing. Actually, we'll do one more after this. Copy down this logistic function. Some of you have weak skills in logistic function. So it says dp over dt equals 0.0005 p, 800 minus p. Okay, the question basically talks about carrying capacity and K. Is that clear? So let's find them. When they give you decimals like this, it is smart to basically write the formula. So who remembers the formula? Kp times P over L. Can we distribute? Look down, please. So it becomes Kp minus Kp squared over L. So can I now distribute? So I'm going to distribute the question. Now, some of you have weak skills. The reason I'm doing this is some of you have weak skills in multiplying decimals and numbers. Let me show you how to do this very quickly. Middle school math. What's 800 times 5? 4,000. So observe. So I'm doing a sidebar. 0.0005 times 800. So I'm showing you middle school multiplying decimals. So it's 4,000, correct? The decimal starts here. How many decimals do I have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 0.4. So that guy is 0.4 p minus 0.0005 p squared. Is that clear? Now just by comparing, what should k be? 0.4. So k equals 0.4. And then k over L should be 0.0005. Okay. Can we cross multiply? Look down, please. Therefore, L equals no, there are 3 zeros. Just by cross multiplying, check if L is K over, 0.4 over, or K over 0.005, right? Which is 0.4 divided by 0.0005. Now again, you run into a decimal problem like, I failed middle school math. See if this comes back. I'm going to move the decimal certain number of places. 1, 2, 3, 4 to clear the decimal. So I'm multiplying by 10 to the power of 4, correct? In case you've forgotten. Again, if you multiply by 10, I'll move here. 100, 1,000, 10,000. Should I multiply by 10 to the power of 4? Is that just 4,000 then? Divided by 5, which is? 800. So no matter what, you don't need to do it my way. You don't need to do it your way. If you can figure it out yourselves, okay, now we'll do a last problem. I wanted to show you a tricky question. Which was that tricky question? Oh, this one. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, Robles, speaker, pay attention. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you a problem. Okay, watch this, please. Copy the question and the answer. Shh. Okay, last problem of the day. Okay, I have not taught you this question. Okay, I'm offering extra credit. Who can tell me how to do the problem? If you look at the choice, there are tan inverses involved. Okay? So which insanely smart fellow will tell me, oh Rama, just do this and we should be good. It says the integral of something and the expressions are those that I have not taught you. Who can tell me who can still figure out the problem? So here's another question like that. I'm showing you another example of a problem where I've not taught you the integral, but the AB says you should be able to figure out what the integral is. Anybody, make a guess. Shh. Who can tell me how to integrate if I've not even taught you how to do the problem? Oh, here, write that problem down, please. We won't do it. We will not do it, but that's another example. I have not taught you how to integrate cos squared. But which insanely smart fellow will tell me how to integrate? Yes.
Just split it up and solve it separately?
No. Yes. No. Shh. I have not taught you how the integration works. But the AP says the kids should be able to figure out the problem. Let me say this again. These are examples of problems because here's what I'm trying to get out. Some of you are saying, why don't you rewrite cos squared this way? No, I'm saying it does not matter. I can give you a crazy integral, you should be able to figure it out. Who can tell me how to do the problem? Anyone? Okay, nobody is. Work the choices. If the integral, look at me. If the integral of this is this, therefore the derivative of this must be that. So write it down. Write it down, please. Draw a skull. Shh. Okay, write this down, please. No, relax. We'll just work out one or two choices. Shh. Okay, write this down, please. If. Oh, guys.